Thank you for having me. Thank you for the invite. And sorry if my background is noisy, but I'm visiting with family. But happy Resurrection Sunday. Happy Easter to everyone. Yes, I'm Cori Bush, Congresswoman for Missouri's 1st District. I am a Black woman with long blue nails and beautiful brown eyes lined with some green. I don't even know what that is. But I first want to start by thanking Freedom Church of the Poor and Adalah Justice Project for inviting me. Thank you for inviting me to speak with you all tonight. I just want you to know how much I deeply admire you, and I appreciate all the work, your commitment to humanity that you all are able to accomplish every single day through your service and through your organizations. As a pastor, I know that our communities are better for the work and advocacy that you all do, and our world is so much better for it too. Towards the end of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's life, in many of his speeches and his writings, he referred, and I say this often, but he referred to a concept called the World House. And it wasn't his intellectual property, but he spoke about the concept. And so it's the idea that spoke to the interconnectedness of humanity and the need for global solidarity and cooperation. The metaphor of World House, it emphasizes the idea that all people share humanity and must therefore learn to live together as siblings, regardless of their differences and the physical and social boundaries that we may experience. And lately, I find myself thinking, about Dr. King's concept a lot, particularly as we witness the devastation and genocide unfolding in Gaza. As we gather together on this Resurrection Sunday, when our hearts are filled with both joy and with sorrow, we come in celebration of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. But we also carry the weight of the world's pain and the world's suffering. With over 30,000 and reports being at 40,000 Palestinians dead, almost 75,000 people injured, many possibly still under rubble, more than 8,000 people possibly missing. 85% of the population displaced and living amidst this raging famine and starvation. We cannot ignore the suffering happening to our brothers and sisters. The images of destruction, you all, the cries of children caught in the crossfire. The stories of mothers desperate to feed their babies who they have to resort to mixing grass with chicken feed. These horrors remind us of the brokenness of our world. And all the while, the United States just continues to enable these atrocities, this genocide with millions of dollars worth of secret weapons and arms transfers that bypass Congress. It can be easy to lose faith in these times, to feel helpless or even ashamed of our unwanted complicity. It can be difficult to find hope and joy in the face of such devastation, to come together and celebrate when there is so much anguish. Yet it is precisely in times like this, and it's in times like these that the message of this day, it rings out with even greater clarity. This is a time of renewal and rebirth. It reminds us that even in the darkest of moments, there is the promise of new life, just as Jesus emerged from the tomb, overcoming death itself. We are reminded that God's love is more powerful than any force of destruction, even when it seems that hope is lost. This day is a reminder to us that hope is always present, waiting to burst out like a seed breaking through the soil. In the midst of extreme death and despair, we must hold on even tighter to our hope. We must remember that God is with us. God is in us, even in the midst of our suffering. We must motivate ourselves to work tirelessly for peace and for justice in our world. And so let us take a moment to now lift up our prayers for the people of Gaza. and all those affected by violence and conflict around the world. To the families hurting right now, not knowing if their loved ones are alive, and to know those who are living with the knowledge that they will never see their loved ones again. We pray for hope. We pray for peace. As we continue our celebrations on today, may we allow ourselves to be filled with the hope and be filled with joy, as it ultimately that will give us the strength that we need to prevail in these darkest times. So on this Resurrection Sunday, we say Happy Resurrection Sunday. We say ceasefire now. We say free Palestine. We say free Sudan. We say free Congo. We say free Haiti, and every place where injustice exists right now. And we also say that we do this and we do this together. God bless you all. Happy Resurrection.